So the Google event just finished, and there's 5 main things that you can take away from the event. So these are those 5 things. So the first thing is the Google Pixel phone, which is basically taking the place of the Google Nexus phones. So this is a phone that's built by Google and is obviously running Android, which is Google software, so the two work together really well. So a unique thing that's going to be included with this phone is the Assistant, and the Assistant basically is kind of like Google Now, but it's more kind of conversational in most cases. But there's also cases where you can just tell it to do something and it will do it. This phone has also apparently got a really great camera at 12.3 megapixels. It takes really great pictures and is apparently the one that's rated the best out of all of the other smartphones apparently. So this thing takes really good pictures in all conditions. It does HDR, and it also has a thing called Smart Burst where it takes a whole bunch of pictures and then it chooses the best one out of it to use as the picture that it's going to save. And apparently it also has the shortest capture time out of any other phone that was tested by them too. And with this phone you're going to be getting free unlimited original quality uploads to Google Photos, so none of your photos or videos are going to be downscaled or anything. This thing also has quick charge, so it'll give you 7 hours of power from 15 minutes of charging, and a lot of the other specs can be found in the description down below. But most importantly, it's going to be available in 5 or 5.5 inches. It's going to have a headphone jack, unlike some other phones, and it's going to be available in black, blue or silver, and the blue is going to be a kind of rare limited model. And you can get this phone starting at $649 or £599. The second thing that they talked about is virtual reality, and they're making a big deal about virtual reality and the whole Daydream thing. So the first thing that they showed off was their VR headset, which is called Daydream View, and this is basically a VR headset that's covered in fabric because they said that they want to make it look kind of like clothing. And the phone's easy to get in it. There's a flap at the front that you open up, put the phone in and push it back again. There's also a controller that comes with it included for free. You can store this controller in the headset too. So this thing is apparently 30% lighter than other VR headsets and it works nicely with glasses. As for colours for this headset, you're going to be able to get it in snow, slate or crimson, and it's going to be available for $79 at launch. Now moving on to home, Google talked about 2 products in home. They talked about their Google Wifi as well as their Google Home. So Google Wifi is basically their Wi-Fi hub that creates a mesh network when you combine it with other Google Wi-Fi devices. And it basically gives you better coverage and all that sort of stuff. And when you move around the house, it moves to the device that's closest to it. So your phone will basically connect to the device that's closest to it and it'll be all seamless and stuff. As for Google Home, this is basically like their personal assistant at home, so you can ask it to do stuff like to dim the lights, to increase the volume if you play music through it, to play music through it, to put a certain show on through the Chromecast onto the TV, and do a whole lot of things like that, as well as the usual asking it Google questions, setting reminders, that sort of stuff, and it all syncs with your phone as you'd expect. Google Home also works well when you have multiple devices, so you're going to be able to play one song across all of the devices simultaneously if you have them around your house. And when you say OK Google, the one that's closest to you is going to be the only one that responds to you. So they're all not going to go off, and it also makes your phone not go off too at the same time. So the Google Wi-Fi is going to be available for $129 for 1 or $299 for 3. And the Google Home is going to be available for $129 too, and it's going to be available in November. And it's going to be available in Mango, Marine, Violet, Carbon, Snow, and Copper. The next thing that they talked about quite a bit, which I kind of mentioned before, is Google Assistant. So Google Assistant is basically, as I said, this thing that's kind of taking the place of Google Now. And it's letting you talk to Google in a kind of conversational way and ask it to do stuff like book seats in a restaurant or book cinema tickets for you or send you an Uber or something like that. So basically there's 2 ways to talk to Google. There's direct actions, which are basically when you ask it to do something directly, like switch on the lights, and it switches on the lights in the house. And there's conversational answers where you ask it to order an Uber, for example, and then it asks you where you want to go and all that sort of stuff. So they're actually going to give more information about Google Assistant in December, and there's going to be a whole load of third-party apps that are going to be working with Google Assistant, but that's obviously going to develop over time. And the last thing that they mentioned, which is not actually the last thing they mentioned, but it's the last thing I mentioned in here, is Chromecast Ultra. So this device is basically kind of like a premium Chromecast. It's supposed to kind of go alongside the other Chromecasts that are available at the moment, and it's available for $69, so yeah, it is more expensive than the other ones. But it's supposed to support 4K viewing on TVs, it's supposed to be a lot faster, up to 1.8 times faster, and it's supposed to have better Wi-Fi to support the 4K streaming and a whole lot of stuff like that. And as I said before, it's available for $69. So those were the main 5 things that I saw in the Google event. If there's anything else that you think I should have included, or if you just want to talk about the Google event in general, be sure to mention it down in the comments down below or on Twitter. And yeah, I'll see you on the next video.